Rod in Cowlitz County. More specifically, Longview. Rod, are you loving Longview on this Friday morning?
I am. Now here's a little curveball. We're actually in Kelso.
That's a complete curveball.
Just that way, and we will be in Longview. But look at what just happened. My favorite part of any day, the filling of the pastry area. We are here at Red Leaf Organic Coffee in Kelso this morning, which, by the way, itself is a wonderful story. It started in Woodland. It's local. They'll soon have some 6 different locations. The coffee, I was just treated about 5 minutes ago. I love it. We're going to talk hopefully to the owner coming up in just a bit.
Well, Fridays are our favorites for a whole lot of reasons, including Rod on the road. He has been exploring the Kelso Longview area. Rod, what do you have for us coming up?
We found it. We finally have a motto for the Sunrise Show. Sip and stay a while. And this is going to be a fun morning. Coming up next, we're going to meet Maddie. She's been working here since 2014. She grew up in Longview, and we are going to tackle the question, what's the difference between Kelso and Longview? This is information 60 Minutes may use someday. That's coming up.
In the meantime, Rodney is on the road, so he's in Cowlitz County this morning. Rod, I know you're going to give some love to Longview later, but right now you're hanging out in Kelso. I know he's in Kelso.
We are indeed. Good morning, everybody. Our host, the Red Leaf Organic Coffee Company, they go to South America to find the beans. They roast them themselves. It's a great local success story that started in Woodland. They expanded to the Kelso Longview area. They're going to have 6 locations by the end of the year. And let me tell you, the cup of coffee is good. There's no bitterness.
Nope. Pretty smooth.
It's got what I call a round flavor, and that the boldness of it kind of keeps going. And
Yeah.
you're a coffee connoisseur yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is Maddie, who, by the way, I want to talk real quick about you being a hometown gal.
Yes.
You grew up on which side, Kelso or Longview?
The other side of Burgerville.
Yep.
Longview.
And so is there a difference? Is there a rivalry between the two cities?
There is, but I feel like it's pretty tame. It's more of a sports rivalry than anything. When it is a community as a whole, Kelso and Longview really pulled together, especially in the last handful of weeks with just kind of everything that's gone on locally. But other than that, I mean, the towns get along, schools, it's a competitive rivalry, so it's all good.
And your mom and dad grew up here, high school sweethearts,
Yes.
you're telling me. I love that story.
Yes. Yeah.
So what is it that you love? I mean, you're a young adult now. You could have ventured somewhere away.
Yeah.
You stay home.
Yeah, so actually I have ventured away, and I found that every time I ventured away, I actually end up coming back.
Where did you go that was just really not great?
So I lived in Las Vegas.
Don't say Portland. Okay, Las Vegas.
I lived in Las Vegas. It totally just wasn't for me, especially I valued trees apparently when I moved away and came back. I was like, oh, I don't really like dirt as much as I thought I did.
So one reason we wanted to come up here to Cowlitz County and feature Kelso Longview is I think a lot of people from Portland simply, you drive by, you're on the highway going across the bridge to Astoria or on I-5 going up to Seattle. But this is a beautiful community with the river and the hills. Lake Sacagawea I fell in love with.
Yep,
oh my goodness.
Absolutely beautiful.
So tell me about Lake Sacagawea real quick.
So Lake Sacagawea, it's centrally located. I think you can get to any area, whether you come in from exit, like I think it's exit 36, or if you come through the Kelso, it's really centrally located. And what's nice about it is, especially during the day and especially with the beautiful weather, you can walk like a 4-mile loop. You can see, kids playing on the playground. You have like the ducks and geese that you can feed. And
we're going to have pictures of that coming up later in the show, but I fell in love with it. Okay, we have to do weather real quick. Was it too hot for you yesterday? Yes or no?
No, because I got to stand by the window.
There you go. All right.
Nice breeze.
Let's get you to the bus stop. Yesterday, it wasn't as warm as I thought it was going to be. In fact, it was about 5 degrees cooler. Portland only hit 84. You may remember the record yesterday was 86, so that stands. At the bus stop today, we're going to be about 76 at lunchtime. It's mostly in the 50s out the door this morning, and we'll be warming up into the 80s when the kids get out of school. We could go as high as 90. The record today is 85. It will definitely be at least warmer than yesterday. And here's your weekend. Tomorrow, upper 80s. And then remember, on Mother's Day, it's going to be a beautiful day. Maybe some early clouds. Perfectly pleasant with a high temperature of 80. We are in Kelso Longview. Good morning, Cowlitz County. Your Sunrise Show. We'll be back in just a bit.
Well, thanks for waking up with us on this Friday morning. And because it's Friday, that means Rod is back on the road.
And he is all about Cowlitz County. He is live this morning at Red Leaf Organic Coffee in Kelso. Good morning, Rod.
To give a shout out to his wife. He just walked in. Sam lives in Longview. He comes to Kelso to get his coffee. It's very confusing. And he watches our show. All right, who do you want to say hi to?
I want to say hi to Tara and my kids and everybody at Bob's Sporting Goods. Good morning.
Isn't that a fun way to start the day? All right, let's get you going. To the day planner, we have temperatures in the mid-50s in the city this morning out the door, about 76, maybe warmer at lunchtime. Yesterday, not as hot as I had predicted. It was only in the mid-80s. Today, we'll try to get closer to 90 degrees, which would be a record temperature for the day. And then coming up here in Cowlitz County, we're going to talk about the historic and unique history of how Longview became a city. That's coming up. Thanks, Sam.
Have a wonderful day.
I love this guy.
Chris is here with us while Rod is on the road. Cowlitz County is where Rod is hanging out. Rod, what do you got coming up?
Hey, good morning, everybody. We want to set the scene. We're up here in Kelso right now. So when you get off of I-5, if you turn left, it turns into Main Street here in Kelso. You pop across that bridge. I think it's worth the time to pop into Red Leaf Organic Coffee. It's the first time we've been here. It's amazing. This is the coffee you should be drinking on your way up to Seattle. So there's a hotel here, Hotel Monticello. It is the centerpiece of what was a planned community back in the early 1900s. It's a fabulously refurbished historic property. We're going to show you that when we come back.
Welcome back and good morning to all of our viewers in Cowlitz County. Rod is in your neck of the woods this morning. He's joining us from Kelso. Hey, Rod.
Hey, good morning, everybody. You know, the metro area, the combination of Kelso and Longview, just over 50,000 people. It's actually about the same size of the town I grew up in. Maybe that's one of the reasons when we traveled here on Tuesday, I went, you got to be kidding me. This place is beautiful. You have the combination of the Columbia River, of course. You have the beautiful hills, and you have Lake Sacagawea in the middle of the town. That's a fabulous walkway for families to get out and recreate. One of the first points of this city when it became a town back in 1923 was Hotel Monticello. It was actually built by R.A. Long. He's the gentleman that moved here from Kansas City to start the Long Bell Lumber Company. I think a lot of people know at one point it was the largest lumber mill in the entire world. So the heritage of this city is very deep. Here's a look at that historic property that I think you're going to fall in love with. That's right. One of the big stops in Longview today is the Monticello Hotel. This place goes back to the 1920s. Don't you love how the phone systems in parts of the country never change? Hey Sharon, welcome. You grew up here in Longview.
Yes.
And now you are charged with running this beautiful historic property. Do people that come to Longview, do you think, realize this is here? Because if I was coming to visit, I would want to take my time to walk through these doors and see this beautiful building.
Some people aren't really aware of the hotel or the renovations that we've completed. So they're not aware of our pizzeria or our new steakhouse.
Okay, if you're ready, let's go take a tour. Sharon, come with me. I want to go back to this ballroom that I know people rent out for different special occasions. Tell me that you have plans to host dancing at some point here.
All the time, dancing, comedy shows, you name it. We've had weddings here, receptions.
Sharon, I can't explain it, but all of a sudden I kind of feel like a gangster, and I feel like I'm from Chicago. Tell me why.
Because this is the authentic 1888 Al Capone bars.
Meaning you actually bought this from Chicago?
Yes, we got these from antique dealers.
And it's believed that this was in fact one of Al Capone's drinking establishments?
One of his speakeasies.
And he may have sat at this exact bar?
Yes.
It was a hotel, but now you're saying it's mostly apartments, but you do have rooms that you can rent out.
Yes, so I have 52 apartments inside the building. They're all apartments, and I rent them as such. In the annex building, that's just across the way, there's 17 rooms that we flip from an apartment to hotel accommodations, but mainly apartments, long-term extended stays. And we want to make this a good place.
So millions have been put into that hotel. At one point it was just a hotel. You heard now it's mostly apartments with some hotels to rent. It's a business plan that's been working, and at the end of the day, it's an important part of the history here in the Kelso Longview area that has been restored. And it sits in the center point of what was an absolutely planned development by R.A. Long to basically build a city for his lumber workers to live. There's the wonderfully historic library and post office that are on the sides of that beautiful park space that sits out in front of the hotel. We're gonna meet some people from the Kelso Longview area and show you more of the actual city coming up in the next hour, so we hope you'll stick around for that. So we're gonna be back in the next hour with more stories from the Kelso Longview area up here in Cowlitz County. Back to you guys. Where are you guys at? Portland, where's that at? Multnomah County, yes, I just checked the map.
Rod, I have one question, but it's not for you, it's for our viewers. The question is this, viewing audience: where in the hill should we send Rodney next? You can email your suggestions for our next Rod on the Road segment by emailing mykgw@kgw.com, or you can post your suggestions online or on your favorite social media platform using the hashtag IamUpPDX. Rodney Hill can confirm that information. Rod, not in studio this morning. He's on the road, Cowlitz County, his location. What's the weather like in Kelso this morning, Rod?
We have clear skies. Good morning. We have so much to bring you from the Kelso Longview area in this hour. The R&D Square Dancers. Wave to everybody, or just do that. Okay, thank you very much. They're going to perform for us. That's going to be great. We have a young lady coming by. She has a plant sale. I'm told she's adorable. That's going to be fun. And then also coming up in about 10 minutes or so, our Day Tuesday in Longview, featuring some of the most beautiful parts of the city. That's all coming up.
We have been checking in with Rod throughout the morning as he explores the Kelso Longview area. So Rod, tell us, what do you have coming up?
Well, you know how I'm known a bit as an investigative reporter. Why do you think you would name a coffee shop Red Leaf? Now think about that. We're going to have the obvious answer coming up when Rod on the Road continues this morning. We're live in the Kelso Longview area.
All right, Rod Hill is not in studio this morning, clearly. He is on the road. That's what we do on Friday. So, Rod, you're in Cowlitz County, kicking it in Kelso and giving some love to Longview.
Yes, we're at Red Leaf Organic Coffee. Now, why would you have a red leaf as a symbol of your coffee shop? Why would you call it Red Leaf? Gee, where'd you grow up, Melissa?
I grew up in northern British Columbia.
Aha! So that's where the name comes from.
That's where the name comes from, in case you're wondering.
So you told me a great story, Melissa. They're going to have 6 locations by the end of the year. They have 4 now. It started in Woodland. They expanded up here into the Kelso Longview area. You honeymooned with your honey on the Oregon coast, fell in love with the area, but how did you end up and why did you end up here in Cowlitz County for your business and your life?
Yeah, our first store was in Woodland, and it was really by customer demand. They kept saying, why don't you come to Kelso? Why don't you come to Longview? And I said, well, if you find me a place, I'll come. So this was found by one of our customers, and we came. We did what we promised. We love the area. We've met a lot of great people.
So a little over 50,000 people here in the main Kelso Longview metro area. We came up on Tuesday, which was also a sunny, beautiful day, and we went to the historic downtown. We went to Lake Sacagawea, and we talked with some people about why they love their hometown. All right, what's the difference between Kelso and Longview?
Just a few miles.
Is there a difference between Kelso and Longview?
Yes. 2 different governments.
It kind of blends together, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yep. Usually a lot of the community knows each other.
I grew up in Longview, Washington.
What's that like?
Longview, Washington, it's the best place to grow up. Here you can get around, you can drive, and you can go from one place to another in 10, 15 minutes, and no problem.
This was the center, yeah. It was Commerce Avenue. That's what it meant.
So this is quite the jewel, isn't it? This is Lake Sacagawea?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You get to come down here and take strolls quite often?
Yeah, I just come down here, jog, walk my dog, whatever.
So this is part of your daily routine?
Yeah. This is like the main place to go walk and have picnics and stuff like that.
I mean, I have to say, I think it's about as pretty of a walking trail along the water with big, beautiful trees as you can find.
It's nice. You should definitely spend some time here.
I should mention, Kelso was the original town in this area dating back into the 1800s. This new planned community of Longview was established in 1923 once they got themselves an official United States post office.
There's also the Civic Circle. They just put up the new gazebo.
So it's really outdoorsy. We have like fishing and kayaking and hiking.
Great locality. I mean, we're right on the river, we're close to the ocean, we're close to the mountains.
This has been a special day for me. I've lived here for 20 years in Vancouver. I've never really gotten off of I-5 to visit the Longview area. And from this beautiful waterway, which is a man-made lake, the beautiful walking trails and the trees around Lake Sacagawea, to the center of what was a planned community in front of the Monticello Hotel in classic downtown, we've had a great visit. I'll handle this. All right, by the way, this lady needs somebody to take her order. Melissa,
Yes,
please.
yes.
People want their
Can I have
coffee
your
for
name?
crying out loud.
Marcy.
All right, more coming up from Cowlitz County in the next half hour, guys.
All right, we're looking forward to it. He's having fun. Thank you, Rod.
One of our top stories this morning, the possibility of a 90-degree day here in the Valley for the first time this year. So, Rod Hill, I know you have weather for us, but you're also coming to us live from the Kelso Longview area.
Oh my goodness, we have so much this hour. So this is really cool. It's a program that encompasses some 19 schools. There's a plant sale tomorrow at North Lake Elementary. These young ladies are going to be telling us about their plants and that unique program for the schools here in the Kelso Longview area. And we have the R square, D square, 4 square dancers. Square dancing, that's coming up in about 15 minutes.
Rod Hill, meanwhile, on the road for us this morning. Rodney up there in the Kelso Longview area, and you have some friends with you, Rodney.
It's the surprise of the morning. We are doing square dancing to Justin Timberlake music. I was not expecting this. We'll meet the R square, D square, square dancers coming up next on KGW News at Sunrise.
Well, it's Friday, and Fridays are for Rod on the road.
Cowlitz County is Rod's location this morning. So, Rod, when we last saw you, you were surrounded by square dancers, it appeared. And I still see them in the background there.
Yes. We're still surrounded by square dancers. We're going to work with the caller, and we're going to show you some of the basic steps. The caller is Craig Abercrombie, which is, you're like the head cheese, right?
Well, they'd like to make me think so anyway, yeah.
So we're going to start with do-si-do. So we're going to show you at home what it's a do-si-do, and Craig's going to get the dancer started and then explain what that step is a little bit for us.
All right, you two couples, do-si-do. Each other, all right.
So they're going round and round with their hands up.
Highland fling, yeah. Okay, you two couples do a right and a left through. They just swap spots, flutter wheel. They'll change partners.
That was the flutter wheel. Now what are they doing right now?
That's a flutter wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Star through.
And
swing through. This is like they're in an ocean wave now. There it is.
All right.
Boys trade. Boy run. Bend the line. Now you're going to reverse flutter, and the boy goes and gets the girl.
I like that part. The boy goes and gets the girl. Then what happened?
Flutter wheel. Now she's going to go get him and bring him back. See?
So tell me real quick how people can get involved in square dancing here in Cowlitz County.
Okay, a couple times a year we start brand new classes. And probably next year in January, you can Google Craig Abercrombie. You can also go on r2d.info. And all the information's there with classes coming up, yeah.
And will we see at some of the county fairs coming up this summer?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly.
Well, those aren't scheduled yet, believe it or not.
The one gentleman was telling me that you guys had like 4 dances this week alone, some of you. So you guys stay really busy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Craig.
I call 5 nights a week, so.
Oh, my goodness. 5 nights a week you thought square dancing was dead? No way. All right, so my memory test. North Lake Elementary, is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Plant sale. It's tomorrow from 9 to 1. I'm going off my memory. All right, so we have Kim, we have Ava, we have Aisley. Aisley, what do you hold? What type of plant?
Time.
Time. This is the one I guessed. But when will we start seeing tomatoes from this here plant?
I do not know.
That's an excellent answer. I'm going to say what, July? Well, maybe, well, yeah. Okay, all right. And Kim, what do you have?
Jalapeno.
So this program has been going on for what, 10 some years now? That's a jalapeno plant, which I had never seen. And basically there's some 19 schools. This is fascinating stuff. They all have gardens. It's part of their education. And then they have this plant sale, which has been going on for years. And it's pretty well attended, right?
Yeah.
So 9 to 1, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so come, and it's at North Lake Elementary, which is in Longview or Kelso?
That's in Longview.
It's in Longview. Okay, thanks for being with us. I love this program. It gets the kids involved in growing. We have one more time. We'll come back and see you here in Cowlitz County this morning. But for now, let's go back to Portland.
We are looking forward to it. Thank you, Rod. So here's the question for you, our viewers. Where should we send Rod next? Email your suggestions to mykgw@kgw.com, or you can post them with the hashtag IamUpPDX.
Talking about Rodney Hood, we'd go to Rodney Hill, who has been highlighting the Kelso Longview area for Rod on the Road today.
Such a great time this morning. We want to thank everybody. Don't forget the plant sale at North Lake Elementary. That starts tomorrow at 9 and goes to 1. Melissa's Red Leaf Organic Coffee. They do so much when the community needs help. Thanks for all you do and for hosting us. And, of course, the R Square, D Square, Square Dancers. You can find them all over. They are quite busy. Get yourself involved in square dancing. It's a lot of fun. That's it this morning from the Kelso Longview area.